Hello and welcome to a new player's guide for the underwater survival game Subnautica. The game is officially out of early access, which means there's probably a lot of new people playing it. So, I want to put together a little video for helping them out like I've done with other games such as Prey and The Flame in the Flood. For this video, we're going to focus on the early game, basically from the escape pod to your first, or the beginning of your first little settlement or outpost, or whatever you want to call it. If you're looking for advanced tips or mid to end gameplay, this isn't going to be that video. But let me know if you want to see that in the future. Anyway, we're going to cut things here. I'm going to load up the escape pod, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, we are in game now. I skipped the intro, and we're going to go over the basics of what we're doing here. So we're in our escape pod, and if you look at the top, you'll see our power, the depth we're at, our hotkeys that will become filled with items very soon, and our core stats of oxygen, health, food, and thirst. Now, Subnautica, similar to Minecraft, follows the rules that we're going to have to build everything or craft our items and components, which will allow us to progress in the world. We'll be doing that from the fabricator here, but first, we need to get wet. The deeper we go, the better the resources we'll have access to. But for now, the first thing we need to do is prioritize, because there is a lot of ocean to explore. Here's some metal salvage, which also gives us titanium.
Unknown. Zero human life signs detected.
Now, the rule is that the land itself, or the environment, is hard-coded, but the items and their placements are entirely random. So we don't know what we're going to find out here. We'll be gathering fish to eat. Now, here's quartz. And basically, the starting in materials are going to be titanium and quartz. Here's our little info panel here. That gives us what we're holding, what we can build, data, and more. So right now, I'm trying to find an outcropping, because that's going to be our main source of resources. But yeah, there's so much you can pick up in this game that it's very easy to overburden yourself. We'll be heading back to our light pod in a second. The game is not being kind in terms of resources. Fortunately, we found those metal salvage, which will be broken down into titanium. Titanium is used for just about everything building related, but despite its importance, it is just all over the place. And in all honesty, it's better to carry other items or pick them up rather than titanium, just due to how prevalent it is. But it will allow us to get started on our little crafting expedition here. First, let's build some titanium. And we can craft the first of many important things, our O2 tank. This will just about double our air capacity, which means we can now dive a little bit further down, not to worry about drowning. There are enemies here, and a lot of the fish are going to be out to get us. But they will also hold resources. Uh-oh. Like that thing is going to blow up on us. Ow. But those pods actually give us sulfur. Now this fish, the bladderfish, is used for resources as well as a source of water. So it pays to pick them up whenever you can. This is sandstone outcropping. This is basically the tier 2. And it gives us gold or silver. But basically, copper, silver, and gold, which we'll be gathering in this video, you should always carry them. You should always pick them up, because they will most likely be in use at some point. And no matter how many you think you have, you will always need more. Because they are going to be a part of many advanced items and buildings we'll be constructing, or I should say rooms. Not again. These are annoying. And until I craft fins, we're kind of at their mercy. What I'm looking for right now is a forest of creep vines. Here they are. Also grab some fish to break down back at our base. Come on, get in there, you.
New creature discovered.
Here's some more metal cells for titanium. The reason why I want to get these creep vines now is that they will be used for breaking or for getting fins and other resources. Now here's a limestone outcropping. This is where you're going to get the majority of your titanium and, more importantly, your copper. Without copper, we will not be able to build electronics or batteries, which are going to power the vast majority of our tools. Now these creep vines serve multiple purposes, but the most important part for right now are these seed clusters. They're the glowing bits. Now I am way out from our initial place, so I don't want to be here too long. And I'm just rushing this to help us along in the beginning. But I'm going to grab as many vines or clusters as I can carry.
New blueprint acquired.
They fill up your resources or your inventory very quick,
Life on this planet grows
and you'll
in
see
unusually
why
distinct
right there.
and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Thank you. But with these, I will be able to construct fins that will increase my movement speed and will allow me to get away from those nasty exploding fish. Each biome has its own unique resources and structure and enemies to deal with. I'm still looking for any outcrops. Here, I think that's one right there. The best resources will always be found in caves. We'll drop this titanium. And
Copper is an
in basically any
essential
underground
component of
or
guard equipment.
deeper parts.
Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
As I just said, you're always going to need copper as well as silver. Oh, is that a fish attack? Let's make our way back. And for this video, as I said in the first part, we're not going to be covering advanced play. We'll probably stop right around the time I can construct my first structure. Now, our health will regenerate by using kits or by having full hunger and thirst meters. But let's get back in here. And now, we can do some construction. The beauty about the tools in Subnautica is once you've built them, you will not have to build them again. Usually they're just powered by batteries, which we will need to build. But first off, I'm going to get some silicon rubber. With this, I can construct my first set of fins.
The fabricator draws
There we
from
go.
available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your
Water.
safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
And we'll cook some food. Come over here, and we can consume it. There you go. Use the health kit. Now we come back to the fabricator, we can see what else I'm going to need right away. The stuff we're going to need. Alright, we're going to need some silicon rubber, which thankfully we have more of. And you pretty much want to build at least one copy of each tool as soon as you get access to it. So this is our repair tool. And we're going to build a survival knife.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Thank you. We'll need some glass and silverware to get our second tier oxygen tank. Now from here, we still really want to build everything on this list. The scanner especially, flashlight, and the habitat builder. The air bladder will probably be next on our list. So I'm going to break this down again. And how many do we have left? Oh, I have quite a bit. Lubricant will be useful for constructing some vehicles, which we probably won't get to, but we'll just do that just to show it. Alright, we have more than what we need, so I'm going to store that. And you will not need resources when you're traveling, other than for hunger and thirst, so it's better just to pack them away. Now, this repair tool, we can start constructing this. Go. The radio is used for story-related issues, and will give us clues as to where to go to find Rex. Now, as you can see, it is dark now, so I have to be a little bit careful.
9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
There's our knife. Knife can be used to break things as well as kill animals. So, I'm going to grab some coral fragments. They'll be useful for construction in a little bit. Right now, my main goal is I want to find copper. Because copper... Uh-oh, that's going to be another exploding thing. There he is. I'm going to get hit here, and there's not much I can do. Ow. There's some titanium. I gotta be careful in here. It's very easy to get lost, and then, of course, drown, especially in the dark. There we go. So, we're still looking for some more... Get more bladderfish. There we go. And again, always pick up copper. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get too mixed up.
Local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
So we need to get out of here before I drown. I was actually lost there for a few seconds, folks. Now, the Aurora will be giving us some story-related stuff later on, but we may not get to it in time for this video. There's another exploding one. This is why I get the fins first, because it gives us a chance at avoiding them. I would really like to find at least 2 pockets of silver from a sandstone cropping before we head on back. Not again. But you can see just how easy it was to avoid them with those fins. If we didn't have them, he would probably catch up to me and do some damage. Going down. Not again. Fortunately, these guys don't respawn too often. Oh, got me. There's some more limestone. I'm picking up the titanium just so we have it, but if anything better comes along, I will be dropping it. These are little air bubbles we can pick up. Oh, not again. Can someone just get them stuck on objects? But yeah, at some point, we won't be needing to worry about them. Alright, let's see. We can also kill these fish if we wanted to. We still need to cook them at our fabricator. Like that. Those are stalkers. They gather titanium and will attack us if we get too close. Also cut these vines.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh. I don't think he likes us being that close. Alright, we're leaving. Here's our first of many wrecks. And they are important for unlocking new technology and new items. We will be coming back here for sure in the daytime. I would really like... Oh, I saw something. Again, I would like to find at least a little bit more silver. He doesn't like that we're so close. Oh. I should be able to get away from that guy. But we'll make our way back. Again, because resources are randomly placed, I have no idea what we're going to find. And when. I'm going to take some acid mushrooms because the construction for batteries require them. But they're so plentiful we don't really need to hoard them. We're getting lucky with a lot of copper. But I still need to find a source of silver. No, I don't need that. No. There's another one of those exploding fish. Oh, God. I think that stalk would follow me in there. There's a little surprise for you. I should have enough to construct one of the most important items in the game, the scanner. Grab some more fish to eat. Maybe there'll be something good down here. And we still also need to craft a flashlight. Because I have the O2 tank and the fins, it's giving me a little bit more leeway to explore around. But typically, if we want to find sandstone croppings, we gotta dive deep. And with only 30 points of oxygen left, a little too risky to do that right now. Back up. There's some more. And again, always gather copper. The acid mushrooms you can leave alone, but always have that copper on standby. And since you can gather most titanium from the salvage, it's very useful to always get a supply of them as well. But we got some more crafting to do right now. So first thing I'm going to do is craft a battery. Batteries are used for construction of tools as well as powering them up. So here's our scanner.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Thank you. Now I have some silicon mesh, or silicon rubber. That will combine with the bladder fish to get an air bladder. This is kind of an emergency way of floating up. And we'll just assign using our hotkeys there. I can also make some fiber mesh from that creep vine. Let's see. We still need a computer chip. And let's see. Let's get some water. You have a little snack now. And you'll find better ways of keeping your stats high as you get later into the game. That. Make some more glass. And a power cell is going to be useful for kind of our second wave of items, as well as a computer chip and the wiring kit, but not just yet. I want to build a flashlight. Those will let us explore in the dark. Alright, so anything else we really need? Just the habitat builder. But now that we have our scanner, we have some first aid, we can now show off the main form of progression in Subnautica, and that is scanning everything and anything in the world. I know there's a wreck over here. Just when you see it pop up on the bottom right that tells you can scan, and this will fill your data log, or your data bank. It will tell you everything there is about the item you scan, as well as if it has any practical applications. Take that. Some things can be cut using our knife. So this tells us that we can get water from it. That pop-up on the right tells me that the radio has some information for us. Now, the real reason why you're going to be using the scanner, besides self-scanning yourself, is to scan items that you find in the environment. This will unlock new things for you. And it's really the only way you're going to be unlocking the vast majority of your concepts here. If you scan something you already have, you'll get free titanium for it. And again, another reason why you shouldn't be hoarding titanium. Those will be found in cargoes, others will be found just in destroyed parts of ships. As you can see, we're getting really deep over here. To the air bladder for a quick way up. So I would really like to get that silver to get our second air tank. Because right now we're kind of operating a bit dangerously. If we could find a cave, I could use that as well to probably find some resources. If we go below 100 meters, we'll suffer an oxygen penalty until we get a rebreather. That's going to be more limestone. Come on. Alright, more copper for us. Come on. Man, we are not getting lucky here. I think that may be sandstone right there. Whee! But if you're ever unsure what something is, always scan it to get the readout of what it does.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Oh no, it's just coral. Curses. Ah, there's some sandstone. Come on, silver. Oh, it's lead. We are kind of at the mercy of RNG here, sadly. But usually around 50-60 meters is where sandstone begins to show up. So if we stay at this depth, we should be good. There's our popular flashlight. And we'll turn it off while we're exploring. Go back up.
Oxygen.
And this is why getting that second air tank upgrade is so important for basic exploration. No, we don't need that. Quartz. And again, if we can't see, let's turn on some light. So resources stay once we've harvested them, which is why I know I've been here already. No, we don't need titanium, game. Let's see. Anything else over here for us to scan? The Sea Glide is our kind of first portable vehicle, and will give us a lot more mobility, obviously. These are used to gather fish a lot easier. Alright, come on, game. Stop being so stingy with silver. Yay!
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Good. When these guys bite the titanium, they can sometimes drop their teeth
30 seconds.
that can be used in crafting advanced glass. Ooh. And the mobile vehicle bay will also be of use. Should probably go up this way, just be on the safe side. But again, a lot of the game is going to be about finding the tools you need, and then allowing you to do more. And get around some of this early game grinding, such as having to constantly deal with oxygen, needing to gather fish, stuff like that. But we're talking about mid to late game when it comes to that kind of stuff. Right, there's one sandstone, there's gotta be more. Come on. We already have that. There is the scanner room that we can find and construct that will allow us to hunt a lot easier. But we still have to find that to begin with. Uh-oh. Oh, he's just attacking them.
Seconds.
Let's head back up here. I don't need any more of these creep vines, at least in the short term. We'll be needing it later on for sure. Alright, if we watch him... a tooth may come out of him when he drops that. No. Oh, here's a deep dark cave. Ah, perfect. Oh, no, I don't want lead. And again, the further down you go, the better the stuff you're going to find. But of course, the more dangerous it becomes as well. With that silver, I should have enough to construct our Tier 2 oxygen tank. As you can see, we got quite a distance out as well. You can hit R if you want to exchange the power source of a battery, or power source of a tool. How are we doing? Yeah, we're almost filled up too. We'll grab a few more fish.
New creature discovered.
That. Anything? Uh-oh. Run! Or should I say swim? Anything else we can do right around here? Oh, that looks like it'll be worthy of exploring. But let's get this very important upgrade. Oh.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This
Here's
is
our
Life Pod
beacon.
3, uploading our coordinates.
Here's the
We're
Sea
plugging some
Glide.
holes in our emergency Sea Glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Alright, so I need
Location
glass
uploaded
again.
to PDA. Caution.
Hope we have enough.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
And then you have to unequip your oxygen tank for it to exist in your inventory. There we go. 75 will now become a far more healthier 135. Now, anything else we need? Yes. So again, if we come over here, we can see what we have. The rebreather will be of use, but not in the short term. It's more important to get some of this other stuff going. So I really want to get the habitat builder, because that's going to be where we're going to wrap things up. So I'm going to need some copper wire. There's our grav trap. We're going to need a wiring kit, hence why I grabbed that silver. We're going to need a battery. We're going to take some more of these. Get back here, you. And you can find random items to scan from the wrecks just all over the place, but the majority of them will be coming from the actual wrecks. And you'll know them when you see them. Let's drink some water. So we'll build a battery. And I need a computer chip. So we're missing gold. And gold comes from sandstone croppings just like silver and lead. Is there anything else I need to build right here? Again, the rebreather we can wait on. Alright. We better cook that. Let's get some food in us and then we'll get back out. If we're lucky, I should get everything that I need to build.
While disposing of the skeletal structure,
Thank you.
bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Alright, as I was saying, I should be able to get everything we need to wrap up this video on this next outing. And if I wanted to, we could build the Sea Glide as well, but I'd rather get what's very important right now, and that's getting the habitat builder. But we're going to come this way anyway, because chances are we'll be able to find what I'm looking for. Come on. Good. I hear something. If this was just a little bit further underground, we would be finding a lot of sandstone outcroppings. Like right here. Come on, gold. There we go. Nice. Uh-oh. Not good. He's gonna hit me. I don't think there's anything I can do to get away from him. Ow. And isn't it so much lovelier that we have that extra bit of O2? And this is why having light down here is very useful. Alright. Thankfully with that gold, we found what I need and we can wrap up our beginner's guide to Subnautica. So I'm gonna come back over here. And we will construct our computer chip. That unlocks an advanced wiring kit.
New blueprint acquired.
And there you go.
Builder tool is designed to construct habitats
Alright.
capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
And if we wanted to, we could actually... I may actually have enough to build the Sea Glide really fast. That's kind of like a bonus thing for you. We have the lubricant. Just need a battery. And again, this is why hoarding copper and silver will help you out in the long run. There we go. So you're going to get a double here, folks.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range.
Yes, it will.
For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Alright, so first off, the Sea Glide not only gives us a topographical view of the map here, or the environment, comes with its own flashlight, and as you can see, speeds us up very nicely. It does come at the expense of space. However, until we get access to our first vehicle, this is going to be our main form of travel. What do we have here? Good. Once the module or mobile vehicle bay is done, that will open up our next main goal. But as you can see, things are certainly a lot faster now. If we need to power up, we just need to construct another battery. There's some more water. Or, I'm sorry, more oxygen. But let's talk about the big thing, and that is building your first base. So I'm just going to grab some more air. And let's get our habitat builder. There you are. With this bad boy, we can construct multiple kinds of modules and interior pieces, with a majority of them going to be constructed via the parts we're going to find. Like I said, titanium is used for the vast majority of things. So to build something, all you need to do is first start with a component. Now they have to be bracketed to something to start with. So let's say I want to build like right on the top here. I come right over here. And we can do this. And as you can see, it's now bracketed there. But there's just one problem. How do we get into our lovely little base? Well, we can set a hatch up. And here we are.
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Well, that's another problem, folks. So to do that, we need to construct power. And there's no wiring in the game, at least at this part. So as long as we build a power source nearby, it will count. So apparently we need titanium. So I'm going to try and kill two birds with one stone here. Uh-oh. Almost got away. I will have turned it on like a second sooner, we will have been good. Perfect. Here's some metal salvage. And you can also build them underwater as well. Let's go, folks. Now, deciding where to build your base, look for multiple biomes or cave structures that you don't mind exploring, because you will be building secondary habitats kind of as like little outposts for you as time goes on. me just do this really quick. And that should be good.
Land re-recorded. Distress call.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Now,
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
that means it tells us in the data bank a general idea of where they're at. Now, if you want to find your place a lot easier, you can build a beacon, set up close to where your habitat is, and name it home or something. And then it will pop up on your nav screen like this. But I'm going to come back over here, and we need to get power to our place. We can build it on top, like so, or just nearby. But usually higher up for solar panels, the better, so. Get that. And we now have our home.
All primary systems online.
And from here, it's just going to be about constructing everything you want. Do you want more storage? Getting a fabricator sub is going to be very important as well. Now, one last thing before we go for tonight. Whenever you build a new part of your base, and let me do, I can actually turn using the bracket, but whenever you build and attach it to your base, as you can see, hopefully this will connect. No, it did not. You notice that hull strength at the top. Whenever your hull strength goes below 0, you will start to take on air, or take on water, I'm sorry. So to fix that, you need to build structures that are designed to add strength. So for instance, I can build a foundation right here. And that adds to it. Unless you're building like your own little undersea city, you're not going to have to worry too much about hull strength in the short run. But this will become a factor as time goes on. Now at this point, we would be looking around for important areas, such as biomes or deep cave systems, to set up as our home base. And then we just begin following the story cues from the radio and searching for wrecks and more things to build. But this should be more than enough to get you started playing Subnautica. And with that, we're going to wrap things up here. So thanks for watching this survival guide. If you want to see more of an advanced look at the game, or more of it here on the channel, please let me know. If you have any questions, put them in the chat below, and hopefully either myself or someone else playing the game will be able to help you. But with that said, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check back for daily discussions on game design here, and on game wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games. And of course, make sure your hunger and thirst meters are taken care of. Until next time, have a good night. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check back around 10 Eastern for regular streaming. If you'd like to suggest games for me to cover or topics to talk about, let me know in the comments below. For a collection of my writings as well as weekly podcasts on design, check out game-wisdom.com. To support the Game Wisdom Patreon, you can find us on there on patreon.com/gwbicer. $1 will get you into our private Discord channel where we talk game topics and more. $5 will get you voting privileges for any major event, including the Saturday Night Grab Bag, Patreon-funded goals, and more. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy more videos here on the Game Wisdom YouTube channel.